organizers for inviting me to this wonderful seminar. In fact, this is my first trip to Bonn, but very wonderful Villa Mondragone had to have this kind of conferences among many distinguished experts. Actually, I'm a trade economist. I don't know much about climate changes, so I was wondering how I should add to this conference coming from East Asia, Korea. So I myself learned a lot from this 2 days conference, but I decided to make some contribution to this seminar by 2 aspects. First, I start with my own observation on the seminar, and then I would like to introduce the current status of Korean government policies regarding the climate changes. Let me start with my observation on the seminar. Since I'm a trade economist and also I was somewhat involved in the past, the negotiations at the Geneva for Uruguay round. So my first observation is that it could have been a little bit more useful to have a discussion on the issues, relevant issues, which are being negotiated at the WTO regarding the climate changes and related issues. Typically, current DDA negotiations is not moving ahead very effectively, but still they are negotiating on trade liberalization of environmentally friendly commodities. I think maybe if we have some report from Geneva or some experts how to achieve this, and also discuss the current situation at the WTO on this issue, because these negotiations on environmental goods will have a very important implication for climate change mitigation in the future. And also another related subject could be that many governments, a number of governments are under strong pressure to introduce trade measures in the form of a border tax on imports from countries that do not have carbon restriction mechanism. For this discussion, we can have a number of challenges concerning the WTO or GATT rules consistency. So maybe we would like to have some discussion on this issue too. Lastly, we know that reduction or removal of tariffs and non-tariff barriers for clean energy technologies in many developing countries will make a huge contribution to climate change mitigation. And also, this is an important issue, and we would like to discuss a little bit about these negotiation issues. Well, this is my simple observation based on my own expertise that could be added to this discussion, which will help understand the current policy negotiation status. Let me quickly move to the introduction of Korean policies regarding climate changes. I'm speaking based on the government report, which is recently issued on climate change policies. First of all, I would say that Korea is one of the large greenhouse gas emitters. I'll give you some statistics. Among OECD countries, Korea is one of the OECD member countries. Among OECD countries, Korea ranked 6th in terms of total greenhouse gas emission as of 2005. We were ranked 14th in terms of per capita greenhouse emission, 8th in terms of per GDP greenhouse gas emission. But more importantly, we ranked first in terms of growth rate of producing this greenhouse gas emission from 1990 to 2004. So Korea is rather a very large country which is responsible for this kind of issues. And the government predict that greenhouse gas emission in Korea is expected to grow by 37.7% from 2005 to 2020. However, Korea didn't do much obligation because we signed the Kyoto Protocol, but we were ranked, we were classified as a non-Annex 1 country, which means that no obligation is required for Korea. So we didn't do much, I think, because at that time, as you remember, Korea and other East Asian countries faced financial crisis, so we are exempted from that kind of burden. This is my own one of the interpretation why we didn't really classify